At first, Cairo followed his person everywhere. He pressed close, leaned his body in, demanded attention the only way he knew how. If he didn't get petted, he would stare. If that didn't work, he would make little complaining sounds, as if to say it had been far too long, maybe 30 minutes since anyone had touched him. It became clear that Cairo wasn't upset. He was bored. That was when the idea of getting him a companion started to take shape. When Sultan came home, nothing was rushed. The apartment was divided into 2 separate spaces. Each dog had his own area, his own bed, his own bowls. They couldn't touch, but they could see each other, they could smell each other. That was enough for the beginning. Sultan adjusted quickly. He explored the space, sniffed every corner, and picked out his toys as if he'd always lived there. Cairo watched from a distance. He didn't growl or react strongly. He just observed, quietly, curious but unsure, not ready to decide yet. Both dogs kept their guard up that first week. They weren't hostile, just cautious. Each one was still figuring out what this new situation meant. By the end of the week, something became obvious. Even if they weren't sure about each other, they both wanted attention from the same person. So their person sat down on the floor between them. One hand rested on Cairo, the other reached for Sultan. No talking, no forcing interaction, just presence. That became a routine. After a while, something small shifted. They began settling closer. Sometimes they fell asleep near each other, close enough to share warmth, but not quite touching. It didn't look dramatic, but it mattered. Little by little, their defenses softened. Cairo was the first to test things. He leaned in and nudged Sultan gently with his nose. Then came a quick lick. Nothing over the top, just enough to test the reaction. Sultan didn't pull away. That was the moment it became clear this might actually work. Around the 3rd week, their dynamic changed again. One afternoon, Sultan stood up and playfully swatted at Cairo's face. Cairo froze for a second, then swatted back. No tension, no fear. Just curiosity turning into play. A few days later, their interactions became louder and faster. They chased each other, they wrestled. What started as cautious sparring turned into full-on play sessions. From there, everything moved quickly. Now, 5 months later, their bond keeps growing. They invent new games. They follow each other from room to room. They communicate in ways only dogs can through looks, movement, shared routines. Cairo has even started sharing his bed. That alone says a lot. Cairo was never a cuddler. He guarded his space carefully and didn't let just anyone get close. But Sultan is different. Sultan is allowed. Watching them together, it's clear Cairo has stepped into a new role. He's calmer, more patient, almost like an older brother who finally understands he doesn't have to do everything alone. The most surprising part wasn't how close they became, it was how fast things changed. Once that initial wall came down, once they felt safe, there was no going back. Trust settled in, and from there, everything else followed. Sometimes the right companion doesn't just fill the quiet. Sometimes they change the whole rhythm of a life. And Cairo, he's no longer bored. He's busy being someone's family.